That's the beauty of a power meter, and the beauty of having friends who actually know what they're doing. So yeah, don't have the worst bonk of your life. Don't follow my mistake. The worst bonk of my life ever. Me, Jay, and Darius went to watch the Tour de Yorkshire, and yeah, I think it was meant to be like 120k for me anyway, 120k to where we were going. We're gonna go and watch the race, go to a hotel, and then like all stay there and then see the next day. The next day obviously cycle. First day it turned out it was fucking snowing, sleeting, raining, freezing cold, and we weren't gonna go, but we set off anyway. And because it was so cold, we were obviously pedalling much slower. It was literally so freezing, so cold. And I can't believe this is like a week ago. Like, look at the weather, it's ridiculous. That's England. So yeah, I had fucking freezing. We didn't manage up to get in to actually go and watch the race, so we then decided to kind of take a shortcut and go straight to the hotel and then just kind of carry on for the next day. So that was 80k, and I think it was like in total it was 1200 meters climbing. And have I done that before? Yeah, I think I'd done that before. Yeah, I had done that before. It wasn't like a massive, like I'd done like 120k, I've done 100k like quite a few times, and yeah, it wasn't a big deal. But this is the huge part. This is even worse than last time. It was cold and wet. I did a video there. I'll post a link to that if you want to see me moaning about how bad that video, about how bad that ride was. This was even worse. I actually cried, like full on sobbing, cried. And the thing was, it wasn't like a choice to cry. I know sometimes maybe it's not even a choice to cry, but you start thinking sad and you're thinking, oh, I'm really sad. I think I feel myself starting to cry. That came on so involuntarily. I just started blubbering. I was just like, I can't do it, Joe. You just pedal it. You've probably had it if you have bonked. You literally, like, your legs are going and you just start to cry. I started to cry. It was just awful, and I realised it was because I had not been stopping to eat properly. I'd been having Cliff Blocks, odd few were them. What else did I take? A couple of gels, a couple of Cliff Bars. But it wasn't consistent enough. I'd basically got to a point where I just depleted all my energy and I was fucked. I couldn't do anything about it. The hills that we did, I've done way worse hills than what was on that route. Sorry, that was just a crisp packet. But yeah, I've done way worse, and it was because I'm not eating consistently and properly. And what I've learned, and my friend Darius and my friend Jay, who I went there with, taught me, because they never do it. They can just fucking pedal for days. And they taught me, Darius has got this trick. So basically what he does, it's not even a trick, it's just common sense. He has a single date every 15 minutes of a long ride. And I did that yesterday. I did a similar distance actually. It was 81k and it was 1600 meters climbing. So it was the same distance, but like 400 meters more climbing. And I was so fresh at the end. I was like genuinely, like, I was fine. I was like, oh, that was a good ride. But the difference was it wasn't cold, so obviously I've not had enough, I've not had those calories burned up trying to keep my body warm, so that's one. But the second thing was I did the date trick. So I had a date every 15 minutes, and then just before I got to one of the bigger climbs, Home Moss, I had a gel. But that was it, literally just 2 packets of dates, a gel, oh, and I had a Cliff Bar at the halfway point. But that was it, that was all I had. Oh, and a bit of sugar water. I did it to take a bit of sugar water with me. And then the other thing that Jay said to me is just have a big bowl of porridge in the morning. I'm not a big fan of porridge. Everyone on, like, when you see pictures on Instagram and people make all this porridge look lovely, and I just don't like porridge. I just don't like how it feels. I just, maybe in the depths of winter I like it, but I just think it's sloppy and it makes my stomach, because I'm used to having fruit for breakfast, so when I have that I do feel like a bit full. Not so much full, like, that's not the right word, because I'm full on like when I have a big banana smoothie, but I just feel like claggy, like I just feel like heavy and like weighed down. But on this bike ride I had a massive bowl, I think it was like 150 grams of porridge oats. Just oats. I had that with a load of sugar and fucking did the trick. And when I set off I actually felt quite full and quite like, you know, so that was a point. And I also, another thing, I also made sure that my I was looking at my watts the whole time, and I made sure that it was like between 2 and 3. So I just made sure that I was in between those the whole time, and I was. So yeah, that's the beauty of a power meter, and the beauty of having friends who actually know what they're doing. So yeah, don't have the worst bonk of your life. Don't follow my mistake. Make sure you eat. I love that date trick though, and it's so much cheaper than having gels and stuff. So just like, yeah, do that.